Hello beautiful people, my name is Chinaza Victory and you're welcome back to Nazi Styles YouTube channel. In this video you're going to learn how to cut and sew this gorgeous butterfly kimono jacket with ashoke details. If this is something you're interested in, please stay right there, don't go anywhere. Hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and let's jump right into the video. I'm going to be making use of this African print, popularly known as Ankara fabric here in Nigeria, and I have about 3 yards of it. And here is the beautiful ashoke fabric that I'll be using to create this magic. I also got this long zipper, even though I ended up not using it, but for those that would love to add a zipper to theirs, I'm going to be showing you how to fix a zipper to your own kimono. I'm going to be doing a little calculation before I start the cutting process. To determine the amount of fabric to fold for this style, this depends on how wide or how big you want your own kimono jacket or kimono bubu to be. I'm going to be using the biggest part of my body measurement, and that is my hip circumference. So I will do my hip circumference divided by 4 plus extra 3 inches for ease. If you want it bigger, you can add more than 3 inches. Okay, from the calculation I got 15, therefore the wideness of this Ankara is going to be 15 inches. To determine the length of the Ankara, you first of all decide on how long you want the kimono jacket to be at the end of the day. For me, I would love it to be around 42 inches by the time I am done making this kimono jacket. Therefore, I'm going to do the total length of 42 inches minus the height of the ashoke fabric. And the ashoke fabric is 6 inches in height. I will be doing 42 minus this 6 inches. From the calculation, I got 36 inches. Therefore, the length of Ankara I'm going to be working with is 36 inches. Initially, I got 15 inches for the wideness of the Ankara, then 36 inches for the length of the Ankara. You first of all fold your fabric into 2 like so, right side facing the right side of the fabric. Then after folding into 2, you come over to one edge and fold again. This is to determine the wideness and the length. Okay, you fold again just like when we are making a bubu. You fold exactly the same way we fold when making a bubu. Now I have both the front and the back on fold. As usual, we'll be cutting both the front and the back together, just like when cutting a bubu. Now I'm going to measure to ensure that I have my 15 inches wideness here. You should also do the same thing. Okay, I'll measure to get my 15 inches, and I'm going to use my straight ruler to rule a line across it from the top of the fabric to the hem of the fabric. Then to determine the length, I'm going to be taking my measurement from this top of the fabric. This particular bubu will not be having any joining around the shoulder. That is why you didn't see me mark any borderline around the top of the fabric. Okay, so I'm just going to start from the top. That top is the shoulder in this case. I'll start from the top of the fabric and take the length of the Ankara. Remember, I got 36 inches after subtracting the height of the ashoke, and here I have my 36 inches, and I've ruled a line as well across the fabric to connect with the wideness of the fabric. The next thing I will do now is to cut out only the parts that I need for this kimono, and here I have it. Starting from the folded edge, I'm going to measure and mark 3 inches for the neck width. For the back neck depth, I'm going to be making use of 1.5 inches. I'll go ahead and mark that and then use my free hand to curve the neckline. Then I'll measure and mark 10 inches for the front neck depth. Please note that there are so many methods of making a kimono jacket, but for this particular one, I'm going to be removing about 2 inches from the center front. Therefore, I'll come over to this 10 inches mark now. I'll come in by 2 inches and place a mark there, and I'm going to be extending this 2 inches mark to the hem of the fabric. Okay, just watch the video carefully and see how I'm going to do it, and I'll be connecting the neck width as well to the 2 inches mark. Then I'll extend the 2 inches mark to the hem of the fabric. So this is what it should look like after connecting the lines. I'm going to be cutting out the back neckline first, but before then, I'm sure you'll be wondering why I'm actually removing these 2 inches. Not to worry, the wideness of the ashoke is enough to cover up for these 2 inches, okay? And even if you don't even remove any inch from the center front, the kimono will still come out well. That was why I mentioned that there are several methods of achieving this. Now this is the ashoke fabric, and when you place it on fold, you have about 3 inches. You see, we have enough to cover up for this 2 inches I am removing from the front. I'll go ahead now and cut out the back neckline first, after which I'll separate the front bodies from the back part so that I'll be able to cut out the front part. Okay, just watch the video carefully. Now I'm going to open up the fabric and separate the front from the back like so. Then I'll arrange it properly on the table and show you what it looks like before cutting out the front neckline. I'll come in with my scissors now and cut out the front neckline carefully. So I'm going to arrange it now to show you what it looks like after cutting. So this is what it looks like, and as you can see, it's looking like a kimono jacket already. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to get the measurement of this center front. This will help me to determine the length of ashoke to cut out. So I'll start measuring from the hem, from one part of the hem, and I'll go round this opening at the center front and stop at the other parts of the hem. And whatever measurement I get, I'm going to be adding a few inches to it. This is because we'll need the few inches to give the ashoke a neat finishing after sewing. Okay, just watch, you understand what I am trying to say. Because I want the finishing of this kimono bubu to be very neat at the end of the day, I'm going to take this to my overlocking machine right now and overlock all the edges of this kimono bubu. I'll overlock all the rough edges except the center front. Okay, as you can see, I have done that already, and I even got carried away and overlocked the center front, but that is not a problem at all. Okay, it's not an issue. So I'm going to be working on the center front first, and I have my Ashoke fabric here. I've gone ahead to use my iron to fold it into 2 equal parts. Then I folded in the 2 sides, the 2 edges. I folded in about 0.5 inch on both sides of the Ashoke. After folding into 2, I also folded the top. This is because I want the center front to be like a normal kimono band. I want the Ashoke at the center front to be like a normal kimono band. That's why I folded it like a band, like so. Then I'm going to show you how to sew it. I'll come over to one part of the hem and I'll pick it up like so. Then ensure that you fold in this part of the Ashoke to avoid fraying. You know, Ashoke fabric frays a lot. Now I want you to watch carefully to see how I'm going to insert the Ankara into the Ashoke fabric. When putting in the Ankara fabric, don't take it in so much. Ensure that the Ankara fabric rests on top of the 0.5 inch folded part of the Ashoke on that end. Let the Ankara rest on top of it. Then you use this other part of the Ashoke to cover it up. This will give you a very neat finishing at the end of the day, especially if you're in the ready to wear line. You should do yours like this. Then I'll take it to my sewing machine right now and top stitch the tip of that Ashoke. I'll top stitch on top of it, making sure that the Ankara and the Ashoke fabric aligns very well. I will do that for the center front and show you the outcome. Just look at how neat and beautiful it looks, and I would love yours to look exactly like this. Meanwhile, have you subscribed to this channel yet? Please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Just like I mentioned earlier, this particular method will give your work a very neat and classy finish. Just check out the wrong side of the fabric. See how smooth and well finished everything is. No rough edge at anywhere. The next step is to go ahead and fix the Ashoke to the side, to the 2 sides of this kimono. And I'll come with my Ashoke fabric at this point, and the first thing I'm going to do is to fold the hem of the Ashoke twice like so. This is to ensure a neat finishing at the hem. Then after folding the Ashoke, I will pick up one part of the hem of the Ankara and insert it gently into the fold like so. And I'm going to be placing the Ashoke on top of the Ankara to top stitch. It will be at the tip of this Ankara, and I'll take it to my sewing machine and top stitch it round the side. I'll do this for the 2 sides of this kimono. After attaching the Ashoke fabric on one side of the kimono bubu jacket, I will do exactly the same thing to the other side of the kimono bubu jacket. Okay, and please ensure to top stitch on one part of the Ankara, not on the 2 Ankara at the same time. Please make sure you arrange your fabric well before sewing. So this is what it should look like after attaching the Ashoke fabric on both sides of the kimono bubu jacket, and it's looking so beautiful already. To properly finish up the hem of the Ashoke fabric, I made use of my hemming gum to do that. I used my hemming gum and my iron to close up the little opening that you see there after sewing. I'm going to use one part of the front hem to show you how to finish up the hem, and you're going to do exactly the same thing to the other part of the front hem and to the back hem as well. Basically, I'm going to be attaching this ashoke to the hem exactly the same way I did for the sides. I'll pick one side of the hem, then for the ashoke I'm going to be folding it into two as well. Then I'll pick up one part of the hem like so, and I will insert that part of the hem into the folded part of the ashoke, just the same way I did when I was attaching the ashoke to the sides. Now look at what I am doing, and I'm going to be placing the ashoke flat like so on top of the ankara, just a tip of the ankara, about 0.5 inch, between 0.25 inch or 0.5 inch is fine. I'll place it on top, then I'm going to be top stitching on top of the ashoke fabric. Then when I get to this side, before cutting off the ashoke, I will first of all leave some inches for folding before cutting off. I hope you understand. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be repeating this same process to attach the ashoke to the other parts of the hem. I'm going to do that and show you the outcome. After sewing the ashoke fabric to all the sides of the kimono jacket, the next thing I'm going to do now is to attach the pockets. I've gone ahead to use the remaining ashoke fabric to prepare two pockets, and I folded in all the sides of the pockets as usual. The measurement for this pocket is 8.5 inches by 7.5 inches. For me to achieve this wideness, I have to join two pieces of ashoke together to be able to achieve this wideness. The next step is to determine where to place these pockets. Okay, and starting from the shoulder, I'm going to come down by 18 inches. I'll come down by 18 inches and I'll place a little mark at that point. I'll come in with one of the pockets and place it exactly on the 18 inches mark. Then on the center front, starting from the ankara fabric, I'm going to come in by 2.5 inches. Okay, this will guide me to place the pocket accurately. Then I will take it to my sewing machine. Please remember to raise up this part while sewing. I'll just stop stitch on top of the pocket like so till I get to the other part of the pocket, and I'll repeat the same process on the other parts of the front. After attaching the pockets, the next step is to close the sides of the kimono jacket. So starting from the shoulder, I'm going to come down by how wide or how open I want the sleeve to be. And for this particular jacket, I'm going to be making use of 10 inches for my sleeve opening. Then from that 10 inches, I'm going to be sewing on top of the ankara parts, very close to the ashoke. I'll top stitch on top of it. Now together with the back bodice at this point, I will sew on top and stop at this part of the hem where the ankara stops as well. Then I'll finish up. This other part of the hem will be open. I will repeat the same process for the other side of the kimono bubu jacket. For the purpose of those that would love to add a zipper to theirs, this is how to go about it. So you just bring the zipper and arrange it on the center front, starting from the hem or anywhere you want the zipper to start from. You place it at that point. Then you place the center front of the kimono jacket on top of one part of the zipper and place the other parts of the jacket on top of the other part of the zipper. Then you top stitch on top of it. It is that simple. It's very easy. Just top stitch on top of it till you get to where you want the zipper to stop. Okay, then you finish it up properly, and that is all for this tutorial. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell to get notified each time I post a new video. And don't forget to leave a nice comment below. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.